Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Welcome to today's tutorial. I trust you all are doing okay. So today's tutorial we're going to be making a play suit without any waistcoat as it appears on the screen. Okay, all right, to my body measurements I added enough allowance. I'm not using the fitted allowance. As you can see, that jumpsuit is really free, so you add your ease according to what you want. All right, so what I mean is, to my waist, to my hip, and to my bust measurement I added enough allowance. Okay, so as you can see from that picture, it's like an off shoulder. That strap was attached to it. Okay, so our measurement will be starting from around our chest line area. You are at liberty to choose where yours should start from. So to my body measure, to my full length of measurement, I'm taking away 6.5 inches. I'll take away 6.5 inches like so. So my measurement will start from here. Okay, so I'm going to mark my shoulder to bust, shoulder to waist, and shoulder to hip measurement. Okay, my shoulder to bust is 12 inches, which is here. Shoulder to waist is 17 inches. Shoulder to hip, normally I add 9 inches to my, I'll use 10 this time around, so I really added weight. Okay, now I'm going to remove 3 inches on this side. Okay, I'm taking away 3 inches. Our measurement is starting from this place, so I'll measure it all the way down. I hope you get. I'll continue to measure all the way down. Now this paper is not as long as my full length, but I'll know what to do when we get there. Maybe we'll just cut and add up. Okay. Next thing I should do will be to place my shoulder measurement. But if you look at that picture, you will see that the front is a little bit gathered. My shoulder is 16 inches, which is 8. Okay, but I will add few inches to it for the gathers. So this is my shoulder. So I'll add about 5 inches. Normally, if this were to be a light fabric, this is what I'm working with. If it were to be a light fabric, I should add more than maybe double the. Remember how we did this? How we doubled the shoulder measurement to be able to do this. Yes, the upper part is going to be like this. Thank God this one came in handy. The upper part is going to be something like this. Okay, so but this one is a little bit thicker. All right, so to my shoulder measurement, I'll add 5 inches for now. Maybe as we walk I might decide to change it. Okay, now I'm going to place my bust, my waist, and my hip measurement across. I'll be using the same bust and the same hip measurement. Like I said, to all of these I've added enough ease depending on what I want. All right, my bust is 48 into 4 is 12. I'll add allowance of 2 inches. My waist is 45 into 4 is 11 1/4. Allowance of 2 is also. Hip the same thing, 12, allowance of 2 inches. Okay, I have to connect these ones first. Okay. Also, for this, let us make it into a straight line. The bust line, so that what we are doing will be clear. The waistline, the hip line. Okay, so this is the bust line, waistline, and hip line. Okay. Assuming this is a with shoulder cutting, you know, this is the half length, like this, including this part of the tape. But since we removed 6.5 here, I also have to use this place to determine my armhole. The armhole I'm working with is 9.5 inches, which is here. Okay, which is here. Okay. Normally you cut like this, remember, but remember that we also added few inches to this shoulder because of the gathers. I hope you remember that. We added few inches to the shoulder because of the gathers. You remember that, right? So now we are going to move in this way. Okay, I hope you see it, so that when you gather here, it will become straight. Do it this way. Okay, take about 1 inch to put this curve, about 1 inch. Okay, this is not up to 1, but you can take about 1 inch, but make sure it does not affect this point. I hope you get it. Okay, next will be to go to the crotch area. Normally I add 3 inches to my crotch, to my hip line, yeah, to get my crotch. But for this, I'm going to be adding 3.5. I'll add 4. Yeah. I'll add 4 inches. So this now is my crotch line. Okay, now on this crotch line, I'm going to put my round lap measurement. Okay, so next thing we'll do now will be to, I'm thinking I should add more inches to this my crotch to make it very, very free. So I'm adding, instead of 4, I added 1 more to make it 5. Sorry about that, because I really want it to be very free. Okay, now this is the line that will now cross over to this side. Okay, so that this place is going to form the crotch. Alright, so I'll now place my round thigh measurement, which is the same thing as my hip, by the way. 12 inches plus 2, so it's the same thing with my hip. Right. Now, like I said, this is not long enough to accommodate my full length, but I'm going to take this 14 inches. I'll continue it down. Now, we are not working with this again, please. So this is crossed out. Now, if you have your curve, you will now use it. Normally, the standard measurement for, the reason I did this is because this is not fitted, okay? But the standard measurement for crotch is your hip divided by 4. That is your standard measurement for determining your crotch depth, okay? And then for the extension, if it's the front, you divide your hip by 20. If it's the back, you divide your hip by 10. I hope you get that. That is the standard measurement. If it is the front crotch extension, that is this point here, you divide your hip by 20. If it is for the back, you divide your hip by 10, okay? But for crotch depth or crotch volume is hip divided by 4. But because this is not fitted, this can work as well. So you just use your curve to curve here. I can't find my curve, please. Pardon me. You just place it to touch at the center here, and then this line as well. Like this. Okay? And then for this side, remember, I'm still going to add here to make up for the length of my playsuit or jumpsuit. Okay. Okay, now for this upper part, the neckline, okay, I will come down by 1.5 inches. Mama, you follow. And then just connect it to, it has to end somewhere. And let me just use 7 inches. Oh, let me use, let's see how 5 inches will look like. 1.5, okay. Okay. So I'll cut these ones out now and see if I can find paper to just make up for the length of the jumpsuit before we continue. Now for this round tie, please, if you are using something different from the hip, you know you are dividing by 4. No, sorry, by 2. This, your hip, your waist, your bust is by 4, but your round tie is by, you divide by 2. Alright, so I've augmented the length and we now have a full length. So this is my full length. This is the folding allowance. Okay. Now this lower part, I'll just have to do this. I'll go it by 2 inches. And then connect it to my round lap. Okay, so I'm trimming this part off. Okay, I hope you see it. Okay, so with this now, I'm going to cut my fabric. Okay, so now I'm cutting. So this is how I will take the shape and cut everything out. Alright, so now I've cut this one. This is the front. Okay, now to the back I'm going to add 1.5 inches here at the crotch. 1.5. I already told you the formula to calculate these things. This is not the standard stuff, okay, but since this is a loose something, this can work. So I'm adding 1.5 inches extra here. Okay, and I'll connect it. It has to end somewhere the way this one ended here. I hope you see it. So this is the two front I have cut. You see it. So I will loosen it and cut the back. Maybe when I'm cutting, when I place the paper, I will show you so that you will see the 1.5 and how I'm going to do it. Okay, now so here is for the back. I only wanted to show you the 1.5 inches I added at the crotch area and how I, joined it at some point. I hope you see it. Okay, so I'll just cut everything out just as I did to the front. Okay, so now I've joined the two together. I hope you see this is the front, and the longer one, the one that has the longer crotch, is the back. Okay, so quickly I also did the pocket, the side pocket. Remember we took away 6.5 from the upper part here. Sorry, I have to move it down so you see. All right, so we took away 6.5 from here, like this. Still far. Okay, 6.5 like so, and my half length or waistline is 17 inches, which is here. So between 2 to 3 inches below the waistline is where I will insert my pocket. Okay, so I'll use 2.5 inches, which is here, but I'm going to be here. I'll do it on both so I don't have to repeat it. Okay, and like I always said, my pocket is always 7 inches wide. That is where my hand passes through, like this. It's always 7 inches. Okay, All right, so the next thing I will do now will be to, we're not putting zipper here. This is actually a stretchy fabric, so either way we can manipulate it to wear. So next thing I'll do will be to go to the machine and stitch this part from up down to the crotch extension. I will stop here. Also, I'll do the same thing at the back, from this neckline down to the crotch extension like this. Then I'll come back. Okay, so I've done the joining from the neck to the crotch extension. I used 1/2 inch to do the joining, as you can clearly see. I really hope you can see it. Okay, so it means that what I have now as my allowance is 1.5 inches, since I took 1/2 inch to do the joining. So for the two sides, I'm going to close it up immediately. So I'm closing up by 1.5 inches on each sides. So 1.5 inch here, 1.5 here. When I come to where I'm supposed to put my pocket, you remember, I will stop here. Okay, leave this opening open, then continue here again, 1.5 down to the hemline. Okay, and I'll do the same thing at the other side. Okay, my people, so I've done the joining at the sides. Okay, next will be to, I'll just have to say the things I'm going to do and then go to the machine to do it. Next will be to hold this part this way by 1/2 inch. I will sew it. This is what I mean. I will hold the crotch area, sew it down to this place, and then sew the other side down as well by 1/2 inch. Okay, then I will fold the lower part. Okay, I'll fold this part. Then at the upper part here, the chest line area, I made a loose stitch that I'm going to gather. I already did the sample of it. I hope you see it. Okay, now my pit to pit measurement that I'm using is 12 inches. Okay, but I have here 13 inches because I will still need to fold this armhole area, okay, by 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here, I will now have 12 inches left. Okay, exactly what I did at this front, I'm going to do at the back. All right, just make a loose stitch, pick one of the threads, and then drag it like this, just this way. Okay, you drag like this, 6.5 inches on this side, 6.5 inches on the other side. I hope you get that. So first I need to repeat it. Join the lower part like this, fold the hemline using the allowance I made available for it. You have to measure to make sure you have the length you want. Then at this upper part, I will do this front exactly how I did. I will do this exactly how I did this sample. Okay, like I said, my pit to pit measurement, that is from my armpit to the other armpit, is 12 inches, but I have here 13 inches because I will need to fold the armhole area using 1/2 inch. Okay, I will do that, and then the last thing should, second to last should be the strap and then the pocket. Okay, so I've done that and we are back. I also put my elastic on one leg just as a sample, and the other leg I just folded. Okay, I was going to show you what I did. The circumference of the lower part of my jumpsuit is about 24 inches. So for that I cut an elastic of 11 inches. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be passing through this, okay, to give you this so that you have something like this. I hope this is clear enough. This is for the elastic. Okay, now for the upper part where we did the gathers, you see I finished this one. I also taped it. What I did was to cut a piece of fabric of about 1.5 inches. That's what you have here, about 1.5 inches. So I used it to tape, starting from the I started from the wrong side like this. I placed on the wrong side. Okay, I'll show you what I did with the other back. Okay, so this is the wrong side. As you can see, this is the wrong side. So I placed the strap on the wrong side, folding this edge this way. Okay, so folding the edge this way, I folded this way towards the front. With the strap at the back, I sew, then I lifted it like this, then folded to the front and also taped it very well. That was how I did the taping. All right, now for the sleeve, like I said, my pit to pit is 12 inches here. That's what you have here. 6 on this side, 6 on the other side. That is for my pit to pit. Sorry about the noise, please. So for the strap, okay, which is forming the sleeve, I already cut it out. It's about 13 inches here. This is for the shoulder, 13 inches. So I just wanted to put another color to it so that it doesn't look so dark. That's why I did this. I could actually have gone with just this, but I wanted to mix it. So when after sewing it, I joined at one end, twisted it. You see, I turned it this way, okay, and ended here. This is where I'll be joining towards the front. Okay, this is just an extra attachment. I hope you get that. So this is 13 inches. This is also 13 inches. Okay, I did the same on the two straps. I hope you see it. All right, so now I will go to the machine and put the elastic at the other side of the leg, put the strap, and tape the other part of the neck. Okay, and also attach the pocket. Now for the pocket, this is how I normally cut my pocket. I already cut it out anyway. Okay, so I put my hand as though I were putting my hand inside my normal pocket, okay, like this. But you make sure you have about 10 inches this way. That's what I normally use, 10 inches like this. Okay, putting my hand this way, I'll just draw the shape of pocket starting from this point. So you have something like this. I hope you see it. I hope you see it. So I will cut it out, but I already cut out my pocket. So in attaching the pocket, right, so this is a jumpsuit. So in attaching the pocket, this is how I'm going to be doing it. You know, since I have 10 inches here, from here to here, okay, and the opening of my pocket is 7 inches. What it means is that I should have about 3 inches on this side, 3 inches on this side. I hope you get that. 3 here, 3 here. Okay, so these 3 here should be at the lower part, these 3 here should be at the upper part, so that this place will align with the opening of the pocket. This is what I mean. Also, in stitching the pocket, sorry please, you leave about ½ an inch at the upper part and at the lower part, like this. You see, mine is open. This is to enable you attach it to the body of the dress or trouser or whatever you are making. So now, this is the beginning of my pocket. Let me show you. This is it here and here. What it means is that I'm attaching this way. You see the marking on the, I hope you see it. So I'm sewing 3 inches below, 3 inches up, okay? But I'll open it up like this. I will sew on one part of the dress, turn it to the other side and sew. Okay, now so having done that, we've actually come to the end of the tutorial. Please, in making this, ensure that you use a stretchy fabric, you know, since we did not put zipper, so that you can wear it through this upper part. Otherwise it's going to be a problem for you. Just ensure that the material you are using is stretchy, so that you can maneuver it and wear it. Okay, this is the front. Please help us to subscribe, like and share our videos, and also leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. I'm still your friend, the Needlewoman, and if you are new, you are highly welcome. Feel free to subscribe, okay? And I will appreciate that, okay? Till we get to meet in my next tutorial, take very good care of yourself and keep being nice to people. It really pays to be nice to people. Bye bye. See you. Okay, my people, so this is the end result. I didn't use belt on this one, but the second video shows another end result where I used belt on it. So I think I will advise that you add plenty of allowance so that it will give you what you want.